Yeah, hi team. Good morning.
Hi Veera, good morning.
Okay. So my voice and is everything is clear, right? My end.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. So any questions on yesterday topic? The risk CLI approach.
No questions.
No questions. Okay.
Veera, from last
Yeah.
two classes, we are not getting like you're not sharing the paint notes in WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Actually, I have taken class in my office laptop. Okay. I will share after this after this class everything. Okay.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah. Okay. So let me share my screen. Okay. So we will discuss today IAM process. So yesterday already we discussed CLI approach, right? To connect and so creation of network, creation of infrastructure by using CLI commands. So I will share the list of CLI commands today. So you just practice the creation of EC2 and VPC and whatever if you want to do practice. So here, if you can see the left hand, there is a dashboard in that we have a users group and users and roles and policies. Okay. So this is a little important one. So as I discussed yesterday, so we have a users concept. The users concept is nothing but so we can create a user. So we can add the permissions and we can check like like a for example if we have a WhatsApp group, right? In the WhatsApp group, so we can add the users, we can give them some permissions, we can add a administration access, a read access, write access like that in any organization. So only one person is taking care of the root account. Like this is my root account. So if the any team will join into our team, so team lead or manager is taking care of this root account or client or whatever. The other team members like work with this account like a users only, not like a root. So the restrictions, the user end, everything is taken care by root account holder. For example, in my team, so any two members have joined recently. In this case, what we can do, the instead of giving the root access is nothing but instead of giving my root email ID and password. So what I can do, I can create a user simply. So create a user. What I can do here in this user, I can give any name, for example, user or developer. Okay. So I'm creating a user name of developer. So here the right hand side we have a policies. Okay, attach policies directly. So in this attach policies directly is nothing but if you click on this only, so we can see the list of permissions here. These are the default permissions. So in these permissions, what we can do, so we can select what kind of permissions we are going to give here. For example, if you can give administrator access, so this user also work like a root account. So we are not supposed to give administrator access here. So and after that, so for example, if you want to give EC2 access, so I'm giving EC2 full access. So next, create a user. Okay, root is created a user account. Root is created a user and given a permissions of so many required permissions, EC2 or whatever permissions in the AWS account. So if you can see my developer, if you can click on this here developer, see this is the user what I have created now. So if you can see the permissions, Amazon EC2 full access, what I have given now. So now, yeah, I have created a user and attached it to permissions. Now I need to generate credentials for user. So user can log in and verify it. In this case, you have to click the security credentials. So here we have a two type of approach as I discussed yesterday. One is console approach, one is command line approach. So let's have a look on console approach. So this is my console approach. So if you enable console access means, so you are giving access for console access for your user. The custom password, you can create anything. So this is the password I have given, I'm creating for user. Yeah, these are the credentials. So with these credentials only, we have to share this credential to user. So user can log in his account with these credentials. So let me sign in with as a user now. So URL, if you take this URL here, I'm taking Microsoft Edge here. I'm logging. Next. Yeah. So here you have to give the name. So password taken by root. And sign in. So if you want to log in as an IAM user, you have to give root account ID here. Okay. Otherwise, if you click on that link, whenever root is generated the credentials, if you can see, yeah, if you click on this link, automatically, if you copy paste and give the link, directly it will take you to the IAM page. Or if you can give AWS Management Console, we have a two type of logins: IAM user login, root account login. Root account login, you have to give email ID password, which you have created AWS account, right? And next one is IAM user. Here the root is generated username and password, right? With those credentials, you have to log in as a user. So now my developer is logging like a user. These credentials are given by root. Okay. So my Chrome is root. This is yeah. So Microsoft Edge is login as a user and Chrome is my root. Okay. Here is the root. So here is the developer. So now if I go and check EC2. Yeah, so I can see all the EC2 instances. See my root and also I'm able to see these instances and I can delete it also. See, I can delete also. The reason root is given me EC2 full access, right? So that I'm able to access here, I'm able to delete everything. For example, now you can jump to root. Okay, so here here is the root. So if I go for root and the root is going to check the user now. So he is the developer, is the user, right? Created by root. So what I can do in the permissions, I'm going to remove the permissions to user. Now, no permission for my user. So immediately, if you switch to here, refresh here. Okay. Now try to create instance. See, you are not authorized to perform this operation. The reason my root is remove the access for EC2. Okay, root is remove the access to user. Now again, see add permissions. Click on add permissions. Attach policy directly. Again, I'm giving EC2 full access. And next, add permissions. Again, refresh. See my user end is, there is no any API errors now. So everything is like a clean. So I can launch a certain instance also. See, I'm able to give the key pair and all. Again, permission is given by root. So this is user process. We can create a user and all. And again, go to root. So here, let's go to my EC2 instances. Yeah. If I can see instances. Okay, I'm in the North Virginia. Let me delete some unnecessary instances. Okay. So this is the user IAM user concept. So we can create a user, we can give the permission set at any time. You can attach, you can detach. Okay. So if you go for policies, so anytime you can attach, you can detach to user. Okay. And the next concept is roles. Okay. What is role here? Okay, let's go to my instance. I will show you. For example, guys, the role mainly help to here to connect between two services. For example, okay, I will connect my EC2 instance now. Okay, if you can see here, let's connect. I think my auto scaling still it is running. Let me delete that one also. Okay, let's go to instances. EC2 instance. Okay. So I have connected my instance. Sudo su hyphen. Okay. So here, for example, ls Okay, my end some key is there, right? My cust key.pem. Okay, if I want to move this file from here to S3 bucket. Okay, let's check my end S3 buckets. I will tell you what is bucket and all. No problem. Okay, S3 bucket is just a storage service, guys. So for example, my end multiple buckets are there. Okay, I will tell you the next class is what is S3 and all. So here is my bucket. I'm taking this bucket for example. This is different service in AWS. So if you want to access this service, so actually S3 is nothing but it's a flat file storage, simply like our pen drive, our hard disk. So if you want to store any data, we can store into pen drive and hard disk, right? And even though we can store our data into Google Drive also, right? Same like here AWS S3 bucket. So AWS is a storage service. So if you want to maintain any data, to process a data, that data we have to store in S3 bucket only. So from here only we can call from S3 or database and something. Okay. So in this case, this is my bucket. For example, if I want to move file here to my S3, okay, let's take the command file copy EC2 to S3. So CLI command. Yeah, by using copy command, we can move the file. Okay. Copy. And let's come here. So this is EC2 service. This is S3 service. Both are different services. So the requirement is just I'm taking an example, just moving the file from EC2 to S3, whatever approach it is. So one service to other service. Is there any communications required? Okay. Is there any communications required? In this time, IAM role is will help us. Okay. That's what I'm taking this topic now. So for example, if I want to copy this file from my S3 bucket, okay, paste here. So the first one is AWS S3 CP, your EC2 folder. So I don't have any folder. Directly I'm giving them my file name. My cust.pem. And let's come to your S3 bucket details. So you can give bucket name and path like this also, or simply you can come here and which folder you are going to update the file. You can select the folder, or you can directly give S3 bucket also. Directly you can give S3 bucket also. Okay. And let's go and give, for example, in the S3, I can create a folder. Dev. So create a folder. S3 bucket, we can upload the file directly, or you can create a folder and upload the file like that. So I have created one folder, right? This is dev. So in this dev, you can select copy S3 URI. This is path only. In our laptop, for example, if you open some file, if you want to check the path, right click and copy path, right? Same inside S3, if you click like this, you will get a path. So we are in dev, right? We are in dev inside S3 bucket. If you can see bucket, this is my bucket name inside my folder. So or you can copy S3 URI and come here, give right click. So this is the command. Finally, you can move this file. You can copy this file from here to S3 bucket. See, it is asking what now? Uploading failed. Two services are different services. You are unable to connect to move the file from copy the file from EC2 to S3. So in this case, we can do two things here. One is you can configure. See, this is CLI command, right? This approach is CLI command. So if you want to copy this file from here to here, you have to configure the keys here. Okay, see, unable to locate credentials. In this case, what we can do, click on here, go to credentials, as we discussed in yesterday class, and create a access key. So you can take access key, secret key, and again come here. Yeah. Okay. So give up arrow. Yeah, this is the command, right? If I give, it is asking unable to locate credentials. So what I can do here, I can run AWS configure. To work with CLI, we have to configure the keys. If you are an EC2 instance or local laptop. So if you give this command, it will ask access key and a secret key and a region and your output format. If you configure root keys, you are in the root EC2 instance, right? Just leave about user now. You are in the root EC2 instance. If you configure root CLI credentials here, you are able to connect S3 or any services. If you get a CLI access, this is CLI command, right? So you are in the console now. To run the CLI commands, you need to configure access key secret key. The CLI approach, if you want to work with CLI approach, you have to configure access key secret key. Here we have one more option. So if you configure keys here, definitely you can communicate with your S3 bucket or any services. The reason access key secret key is required for communications, CLI access, CLI permissions. But here this is not a correct approach by configuring an access key secret key. So the best approach is create a IAM role and attach required permissions, and you can work with your EC2 instance. So clearly you can understand here in this approach, my EC2 is looking, my EC2 is want to move the file, want to copy the file from here to S3. Here source is what? EC2, target is what? S3. In this case, so you have to go IAM. So go to IAM roles. So this is the IAM role. Create a role, AWS service, use case. Use case means my EC2 is going to move the file to S3 bucket. In this case, use case is what here? EC2. Source is you have to give where the file is located. So EC2 want to move the file. So in this case, use case you have to select EC2. Okay. And next, see permissions. Now you are creating a role, right? This role, which permission is required here? So permission, I want to talk to S3 bucket, right? So you have to give S3 permissions. And next, so give the role name. So my role EC2 to S3. I'm just giving like this. And create a role. Okay. So I have created one role. In the search, if you can give my role, see this is role I have created. But creation of role. Okay, creation of role is process is to attach permissions and create a role. But you need to attach this role to your EC2 instance, then only it will work. So creation role is for only one type of task. And again, you need to attach this role to your EC2 instance only, complete task only it will complete. So let's go to here, for example. This instance is want to talk to S3, right? You need to take that role and attach to this EC2 instance. So this is bash host instance, right? Let's go. This is bash host instance, right? So here, go to actions. So IAM is a security service, right? As should we discuss. Click on the security, modify IAM role, search, give my whatever role you have created here, and update IAM role. Okay, let's come now. I have updated IAM role now. I have attached IAM role. the role having S3 permissions. So now your requirement is what? Connect to S3 bucket and move this file local to remote S3 bucket, right? Now enter. See, uploaded. Now no error, right? Upload file. Before upload fail. Now created IAM role and attached EC2 instance. Now uploaded. Let's go to S3 bucket. This is my bucket name. So this is my folder name. See, file uploaded. So almost, if you are going to create a role, the role has to create for always EC2 instance only. Server services only we have to create a role. The requirement is server has to copy the file or move the file from one place to other place. So always the requirement is to create IAM role behalf of EC2 instance only. I mean, let me delete the role. One more time I will show you. Okay, role is deleted. So the use case, once again, I'm saying here, create a role, AWS services only. Here use case, almost your EC2 commonly used service, Lambda and EC2 instances. So both are same server services only. This is serverless, this is server. Both are same executions like run the Python applications, Java applications, whatever applications we can execute here, either EC2 or Lambda. So for example, in EC2 instance, my use case is EC2 instance, right? My server has to connect multiple services. In this case, while creating a role, you have to select EC2 instance. 99% we can create a role for almost for EC2 instances only, not for any other services. And again, next, so my EC2 want to talk to S3 bucket, you can give S3. My EC2 want to talk to database service, you can give RDS database. Like that we can give. S3 full access can give me. Create a role name, role EC2 to S3, whatever name you can give here. Once create a role, don't forget to attach this role to EC2 instance, otherwise EC2 will not work. For example, if you rerun same command, see, invalid access. I have deleted the role, right? That's what this error is. Now again, now I have created one more role, right? I will attach that role to my EC2 instance. This is my EC2 instance, right? Go to actions, security, modify IAM role. Here you can give whatever role you have created here. Role EC2 test I have created just now. Updated IAM role. Again, you can go here, connect. Okay, uploaded. See, now we don't have error. So IAM role is nothing but if you want to communicate two different services, the in between connection process, we are using IAM role or to run command process. Is it clear? Any questions on this? This is very, very important. So any questions? What is role? So IAM role is a just temporary access purpose we can create. So IAM role is similar to IAM user, but IAM user, we have a credentials. We can log in IAM user, but we don't have any credentials for IAM role. Role we can attach to EC2 instances only. Role we cannot log in. Any questions?
No questions for me, sir.
Just as a DevOps engineers, no need to go in depth these services. Just understand, okay, what is the role? What is your user? Okay, IAM is a security service, authentication purpose. If you want to give any access to someone, instead of give your root credentials like your username and password, you can create a IAM user and generate credentials and give the required permissions and share the credentials to user. He can log in or she can log in, check those permissions. That's it only. Any questions?
No, Veer, everything is good.
Okay, so if you have interest to understand this process, so I will share my blog on IAM Road. So this is my blog. Even I will share this blog after complete the class. Possible you can. Yeah. I'm just pasting here. You can focus on this. So mainly we have to focus DevOps tools. Yes, here, yes, the auto scaling, load balancer, ESO, those are very important. And parallelly, just this is security services. That's it only. Just what is user, what is role. That's it only. No need to go in depth. Clear? Any questions? Creation of user, giving permissions. My user is login like that. See, you have to log in again, user. So check the user here. What are permissions given by root? This is user's concept. And IAM role is inside multiple services access internally. We are using IAM role. Any questions?
No questions, sir.
No questions, huh? Okay, cool.
No, Veer.
Okay. So, and we have one more IAM group. This is very simple. Group is nothing but, for example, my N, 2 users are there. Yeah. So this is group, IAM group, for example. So you can attach permissions to group also. For example, this is EC2. This is S3. I'm taking just two sample services for understanding. Okay. So here, 2 permissions inside the permissions. Here 2 users are there. But usually group, we will use if the team size is more than 10 or 20. For only 5 members, not required to go with group. Just only we have a concept I'm explaining here. Okay. So in this group, if you attach these permissions while creating a group, for example, S3 permission. And if you add these 2 users into group, this permission will apply for 2 users also. So meanwhile, what we can understand from this process, the main usage of the group is in your end, multiple users are there. Okay. Each users having individual permissions already. So this is individual permissions as S3. So this is individual permissions lambda. And this user individual permission is IAM. These are individual permissions. So this is user 1. And this is user 2. And this is user 3. So for example, 3 users now looking easy to access. So what we can do, select this user and attach EC2 permission and select one more user and attach EC2 permission. Same for user 3 also. So instead of giving S3 access for individually, sorry, EC2 access for individually. The reason why we are giving, so these three users are required EC2 permissions. In this case, by attaching EC2 for individually, what we can do, create a one group and attach EC2 permission to group and add these users into this group. So group level permission is there already EC2. So whoever adding this group, by default, they are getting S3 EC2 permissions. Okay, let me show you, for example. Yeah, let me show you, for example. Yeah. So my N, one user is there, developer. So developer having EC2 full access, right? Now I'm going to add one more user. Tester. So tester, I'm giving VPC full access. Amazon VPC full access. And next. So my N, two users are there. So developer user is having permission of EC2 and tester permission having VPC full access. Now I want to give S3 full access for these two users. So you can open the user and add permissions. Inside add permissions, attach policies. Here you can give S3. And the same thing, go to next user, tester, click on tester, go to add permissions, attach policy, give S3 again. So instead of doing one by one, what we can do, directly create a group. Let me delete this existing group. So create a group. I'm giving group one name. So here you can add users directly while creating the group. My user's name is developer and tester. I'm adding to this group, and here you can give the permissions S3 full access directly. Create a user group. So click on the group one. See, my N two users are have already added. If you go for permissions, I have given S3 full access for group. S3 full access. Now go to users individually and click on this here. Yeah. So before developer having only EC2 full access, right? Now S3 full access is also updated. And same thing. Go to tester now. See, tester also S3 full access updated. But here what we can understand, users shares the permissions from group. Okay. Okay. Let me open. So user shares the permissions from the group, attaching. But what we can understand here, one thing, group permissions only sharing all users, but individual permissions not sharing here, even though they are sharing into the group. Understand? Individual permissions means user one having VPC full access, user two having EC2 full access. These will not share each other. These are individual permissions, work like individually. Group permissions only they will share, not individual permissions. If they are not participating in the same group. Okay, this is we have to identify here. So this is IAM group concept. Any questions?
No,
Any
Veera.
questions on the IAM group?
No, Veera. We're good.
No, we are good.
Okay. Okay. So guys, and so this is IAM concept. So tomorrow, what I can plan, I will take one Linux class just for understanding very important commands for our DevOps practice. And even I will share one sheet to you, what commands you need to practice in this Linux. The sheet contains 70 commands. So those commands we need to work our regular practice as a DevOps and cloud engineer. So please, this weekend you have to practice those commands. Meanwhile, I will go through those commands tomorrow class. So on Monday onwards, we will start our actual sessions with the DevOps. I mean, with Git. So Monday we can start Git. Okay. And we will spend 2-3 days, 4 days on Git. And then Terraform is a very important tool as a DevOps engineers. I will start Terraform for 4 to 5 days. And after that, I will show you Docker, Kubernetes for 10 days, and Jenkins for 5 days. Okay. So if you're okay, I can increase the schedule. I can extend the schedule. Otherwise, I will complete these sessions the next month, same time. Depends on your wish. So if you want to, if you need more content, I will give. Otherwise, the important content for 1 month, I will trim that content and I will just take the class the 1 month for DevOps. Okay. So we have 50 minutes of time. Meanwhile, I will just show you the service S3 bucket. So this is also, as I said, S3 is a storage service only, guys. Simply S3 is a storage service. For example, in your laptop, okay, 500 GB data is there. In your laptop is not a high availability device, right? Maybe someone can steal. May you forget somewhere. So whatever. If you want to give high availability for your data, simply you can upload the data into S3 bucket. This is simply storage service only. Nothing is there in this. So you have a data. If you want to migrate the data into cloud, we have only service S3 bucket only. S3 bucket is a simple cloud storage service. So here we need to understand, create a bucket. So here the bucket name is always unique. When I say unique, for example, if I give star, this bucket name already used by someone. If you try to give, it will not allow. So bucket name always unique. So give like this in a name. And if you can go, this bucket by default is private. If you want to make it as a public, you need to uncheck. Public is nothing but once you upload any content to S3 bucket, we can share the S3 URL. Others can access your content. Sharing the content to someone by sharing the URL. If you don't want to share your content to anyone, you just by default it will block public access. Always bucket is private. You can only access if you want to give access to someone also, it is not possible. You need to until you can change the bucket is public. So by default, bucket is private. Okay. And bucket versioning. So by default, bucket versioning is disabled. Versioning is nothing but every upload, the background one ID will be generated and track your content. I will show you here. Anyway, this time bucket version is disabled. Just keep as is. All options are you just keep as is default and create a bucket. Okay, I have created a bucket with the name of star something name. So here the bucket mainly used to upload our data and download your data. So mainly we can use S3 as a DevOps engineers. We can store our artifacts. Artifacts are nothing but your code, Python code or Java code. For example, if you want to store somewhere, S3 is the best option. And even our Terraform, we have a statefile concept. We can store statefile also in the S3 bucket only. So no need to go all options since it is not related to us. So we have to understand what is bucket, how to upload the file, how to download the file. That's it only. So in this case, this is my bucket. We can store the data inside the bucket. In this case, we have an option upload. See here, you can create a folder and upload the file, or directly you can upload the file. See, if you upload the file, any file you can upload. Open, upload, close. See, I have uploaded one data here. Now you can come back. Okay, always this data always high available. The reason the background S3 is taking care, AWS providers. Again, if you click on this, so this is my data. If you want to download this data, whenever you require, click on the download. So it is downloaded into your local again. So upload, download. If you want to store any data into AWS service, so S3 is the safest and cheapest also. It's very cheaper, very less cost. Okay. So we can upload and download the data. And also we have a version concept in S3. Versioning is nothing but, for example, if you delete this file, this time if you delete this file, so to confirm deletion, type permanently delete. Okay. Copy and paste it. Delete object. So I have deleted object, right? Now, if you want to take a backup of this file, there is no any provision to get a backup of this file, deleted file. But if the bucket is enable the version, you will get back this file. That is the importance of the versioning. By default, while creating time, I haven't select version is enabled, right? Now I can select. Go to properties, go to edit. So bucket version while creating time suspend, right? Now I'm going to enable now. Save changes. Okay. Now if you upload any file in this bucket, see, I'm going to upload the file now. Okay. See, one option, one icon is enabled here after enabling the versions. This is show versions. So whenever you can upload the file, if you click the show versions, so we can see same file here also. Okay. So if you delete this file here, for example, okay, file is deleted, right? If you enable show versions, see this file is always there. But whenever you delete the top end of this your file, one file will be created with a 0B size, with the 0 size. This file is called delete marker file. This delete marker indicates whatever file you have deleted, it will indicate you this file you have deleted just now. Okay. Yes, I have deleted wantedly. I need this file back again. In this case, you have to delete this layer. Whenever you can delete this layer, the top layer, the file will be, see, the file will be restored again. You can see again, see, file will be restored. If you see, file will be restored. If you give show versions again, see your file only there. There is no any layer on the top of that. The reason the file also there here. Whenever you can delete this file again the layer will be created on top of the show versions. See. Close. Okay, no file, right? Whenever you can enable show versions, see, one layer will be added. Deleted file layer, this is. If you delete this one, this file will be restored again back. Otherwise, keep as is. For example, accidental delete of elements. Okay, no problem. Creating object. It's taking much time. Okay, you can click on this bucket. Content. So clear the concept, S3, the versioning and upload and download only. Clear the concept, S3 how to download the file and the version and all. I think okay, actually my end power is gone. So is it fine, everyone? So what is S3 and just I am very high level?
Yeah, Vira.
Yeah, just for as a DevOps engineers, guys, no need to go in depth S3 and IAM, just for understanding where we need to work in our practice. So where exactly we can use S3 and IAM, these are done. Just that's it only. Since we have a very less time in our hand, so we have to utilize that. Clear? So I will share that the material and all EC2 auto scaling S3 IAM load balancer and all today itself. Just please go through it once again, so that it will may helpful for you for any AWS interviews and all. So any questions?
No, Vira.
No, Vira.
So I think
No,
my
sir.
yeah. So I think we can wind up this call. Even I don't have. So we don't have any power here. So no charging in my laptop even. Is it fine or what?
Yes, Vira, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, okay, Vira.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, Veera.
So yeah. Oh, okay. Thank you. So okay. Tomorrow I will take one Linux session. So the important comments we can discuss tomorrow, and I will share the sheet also. So it will be helpful for our DevOps practice comments that respect to Linux only.
Round already.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Then we can wind up this call. We can meet tomorrow the same time.
Yes,
Okay.
sure. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.